Hi, so in this example what I want to do is walk you through the if function for these four questions here. So the first one I have here is bands of the 80s, and for those of you who never heard of them, if you click, there's a link to a sample of each of the bands here beside it. So what we begin with is just assessing what our question is. So the question here is that if we take the first band here, okay, and we want to know, is the score greater than or equal to 50, which is our question. If the answer to that is yes or true, we're going to say love them. Otherwise, if the answer is false or no, we're going to say hate them. So let's see what that looks like in practice. If that is greater than or equal to this one here, and then just press F4 on the keyboard. If that's true, it's going to be this one, F4. And if it's not true, it's going to be this one, F4, and then click OK. And then double click to copy it down. Right? The next one then we have here is actual versus predicted. Okay, so this one we have an example here of, I want to say if the actual expenses are greater than the predicted expenses, I'm going to have the answer over budget, and if it's the other way around, it's going to be under budget. So what to do then is just click up here on this one, and I'll just go to logical and if, and I want to say if actual expenses are greater than, notice it says greater than predicted, not equal to. If that's true, I'm going to see the phrase over budget, F4, and then if it's not true, it's appear under budget and F4 again. You don't forget to press the F4 to fix it every time. Click OK. And what you could do then as well is you could just go to Home, Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, equal to over budget, leave it on that one, and go to Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, equal to under budget, and we could say it's going to go for green and click OK. So that's just kind of a bit of additional sauce to it, as it were. Now for Watts it's limited, we're told basically they're paid a bonus based on how many units they make. If they make 100 or more, they get a bonus of 0.75 per unit. They make less than 100 units, they get a bonus of 0.25. So the first question you have to ask is, other than punk, do you feel lucky, is that one here greater than 100? If it's greater than 100, if the answer to that is yes, what I'm going to put in is a formula that basically says multiply the number of units made by the value for the high one. And if the answer is no, it's going to be multiplying what you have for the units made by the bonus of 0.25 or the low one. So let's see what that looks like in practice. And if that one is greater than or equal to my 100, F4, if true, it's going to be the number of units made multiplied by this one here. And if you notice here that I'm not fixing the B5 because I want that to change as copying down, but I am fixing this one high because that'll be using the same reference over and over again. If it's false, it's going to be this one here multiplied by this one here and F4, and then click OK, and then double click to copy it down. Okay. And for the last one here, you have a scenario where you're asked to insert a formula in column D to show the difference in days between the ship date and the order date, ship date minus order date. So equals ship date minus order date. And just a reminder again about dates in Excel, that as far as Excel is concerned, the world began on the 1st of January 1900, and basically the number of days is, since then. So for example, if I change it to a number, let's say something like 43,000. Okay. Basically that's the number of days since the 1st of January 1900. So if you see that with dates, what you just need to do is go up here and change the format back. Okay, and then I click OK and then double click. And then my question is going to be, for this one, formulas, logical and if. So if the difference one here is less than or equal to my 7 up here, F4, is going to be, if that's true, it's going to be OK, F4 again, not OK, F4 again, and then click OK. And then you just double click on the corner to copy it down. And again, I can just use my conditional, go to Home, Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, equal to OK. And I'm going to leave it on my green fill here. And then Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, equal to not OK, and leave it on that one. Right. So, hope you found this useful. Mind yourself, take care, bye.